بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Hello my dear students, welcome to a new meeting. Today we are going to have Unit 3, Lesson 1. Let's start. Open your students book. We are going to begin with a listening task. Listen while reading about a vision of the future related to the French author, which is called Jules Verne or Jules Verne. Now listen carefully. Let's start.
Unit 3. What will be. Pages 34 and 35. 1. Listen and discuss.
A vision of the future. The French writer Jules Verne wrote several books in the late 1800s. In them, he wrote about the future. He asked, "What will life be like at the end of the 20th century, 100 years from now?" In one of his adventure novels, From the Earth to the Moon, his characters traveled to the moon in a rocket. In another novel, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, his characters dove through the depths of the ocean in a submarine in the shape of a whale. In a novel titled Paris in the 20th Century, Verne described a city with skyscrapers of glass and steel, high-speed trains, gas-powered automobiles, and a global communications network. Space rockets and submarines and other things in his novels didn't exist in Verne's time, but many of the inventions that Verne imagined became reality by the end of the 1900s. That's why people call Verne a visionary.
Comments made in the United States in 1955. Right or wrong predictions.
I seriously doubt that fast food restaurants will ever catch on.
Have you seen the new cars coming out next year? It won't be long before $1,500 won't even buy a used car.
Did you see where some baseball player just signed a contract for $75,000 a year just to play ball? It wouldn't surprise me if someday they'll be making more than the president.
Soon all our kitchen appliances will be electric. They are even making electric typewriters now.
I'll tell you one thing. If things keep going the way they are, it's going to be impossible to buy a week's groceries for $20.
If they think I'll pay 50 cents for a haircut, forget it.
For example, I seriously doubt that fast food restaurants will ever catch on. يعني بيشك إن في قديم الزمن كان بيشك إن مطاعم الوجبات السريعة سوف تستمر. يعني كان بيتنبأ بإغلاقها. طبعا this is contrasting related to our time now. ده مناقض لما يوجد الآن وهو ازدياد في مطاعم الوجبات السريعة. Have you seen the new cars coming out next year? It won't be long before $1,500 won't even buy a used car. بيتكلم عن غلاء الأسعار حتى في السيارات المستعملة والذي كان يمثل $1,500 في ذلك العصر ولكن الآن صارت آلاف ومئات الآلاف والملايين and as well. Okay? Now read the rest of these predictions in the past and decide which have been come true or have been coming true now and which haven't yet. Now, after you are reading, you are going to complete the following with words from the text. You are going to compose the vocab. For example, adventure, novel, fast food, restaurant, used car, kitchen appliance, haircut, and so on. You are going to conclude and to find out the completion of each vocab and to provide them with these model answers. Now, comprehension. Mark which of the predictions came true. أي من هذه التنبؤات تحقق. Number 1. People will drive gas-powered cars. الناس سوف تسوق أو تقود سيارات تعمل بالغاز. طبعا ده تحقق الآن. Number 2. People will live in skyscrapers. الناس سوف تعيش في ناطحات سحاب. قديما لم يكن يوجد هذه الأشياء وكانوا قد تنبأوا بها طبقا للتطور الطبيعي للزمن وللتفكير والاختراعات وللعلم. And some of them has been coming true and some haven't yet. بعضها تحقق وبعضها لم يتحقق. He wants us to decide which of these predictions came true and which didn't yet. Okay? So number 1, number 2 and number 5 sports stars will earn more than the president. سوف يتجاوز ما يتقاضاه نجم الرياضة ما يتقاضاه رئيس دولة. And so on. And it came true in our daily or nowadays. Okay? Now let's transfer into page 36 to have some grammatical hints in our English language. نتناول بعض نقاط القواعد وقواعد اللغة الإنجليزية related to the first one, how to express the future. كيف تتحدث عن المستقبل. We have different forms and compositions related to the future and how to talk about our plans or our predictions or things that we are sure related to the future. Firstly, we are going to use will بمعنى سوف with the infinitive. Computers will perform سوف تؤدي many functions. For negative, we are going to use want, which is will not. So in English ما فيش حاجة في الإنجليزي اسمها willant. No, want. W-O-N apostrophe T with the infinitive. So the affirmative is will with the infinitive and the negative will be with want. How to conclude or to compose a question? To begin with will followed by the subject and the infinitive. Will people eat artificial food? And so on. The next form of the example or of the future, الصيغة الثانية التي نستخدمها للتعبير عن المستقبل, we are going to use am, is or are, which are the verb to be forms in the present, followed by going to, followed by the verb, the infinitive. Okay? This is wrong. We are going to have infinitive. بنستخدم am أو is أو are مع going to مع مصدر الفعل وليس الverb ing. Okay? People are going to have more free time. الناس سوف تحصل على أوقات فراغ أكثر. هنا بنستخدم am, is, are, going to المصدر بمعنى ينوي أو يوشك ودائما تتحدث عن شيء يتم التنبؤ به بناء على دليل. Machines aren't going to control us and so on. For future progressive المستقبل المستمر. What are the future progressive? ما هو المستقبل المستمر? Something will be continuing or will be in progress in the future. شيء سوف يكون مستمر في وقت معين في المستقبل. غدا في نفس هذا التوقيت سأكون في طريقي إلى مكة مثلا. So will be with verb ing. For continuous actions in the future, be going to be present participle. Okay? For example, at this time tomorrow في نفس هذا التوقيت غدا I'll be swimming سوف أكون مستمر في السباحة. I am going to be swimming نفس المعنى. Now you are going to read these examples or these questions and to complete it with the suitable form of the verb which with will, going to or will be followed by an ing. يعني هتستخدم الفعل ده في صيغة المستقبل وعندنا 3 صيغ will والمصدر going to والمصدر طبعا مسبوقة بام أو is أو are و will be والverb ing. ممكن تستخدم ال3 صيغ في كل جملة. For example, in 100 years في خلال 100 سنة people on other planets في كواكب أخرى live. ممكن أقول will live كنوع من التنبؤ بدون دليل. ممكن أقول will be living سوف يكونوا مستمرين في المعيشة على كواكب أخرى لأنه في بحر 100 سنة. أو ممكن أقول people are going to live بناء على التقدم العلمي فهو تنبؤ يحمل بعض الدلائل. Okay? So in each sentence we can use each or the 3 forms. Such as these answers. Verse 1, as we have mentioned, will live, are going to live, will be living, are going to be living. Will study, are going to study, will be studying, are going to be studying. Answer them and revise your answer with these model answers. Now, let's transfer into the next page. Working groups answer the questions. Which of the following do you think people will still be using in 50 years. كانوا يتنبؤون ببعض الأشياء التي تحققت الآن نحن نتنبأ ببعض الأشياء التي ستستمر في الاستخدام ل50 سنة قادمة. DVD player, ballpoint pens, personal computer, cell phone, flat screen TV, magazines and microwave oven. Yeah. We can say people probably will be using ballpoint pens. الناس هتستمر في استخدام الأقلام. People will always need to write. لأن الناس هتحتاج دايما إنها تكتب بخط اليد. We can't use computers for everything. People won't be reading magazines like we have today. بعض التنبؤات التي ستستمر في استخدام هذه الأشياء ل50 سنة قادمة أو بعضها سيبطل استخدامه. Now let's transfer into our workbook on page 21 related to our unit 3. What will be, and try to read the conversation and to complete them with the suitable form. We have 2 exercises on page 21 which are practice A and B. Read them carefully, answer them, and revise your answers with these model answers. Okay? After that, transfer into page 22 on your own workbook and talk about these robots or these creatures, about using them now and in the future. Okay? Using the future forms. Revise your answer with these forms. Cars want to have wheels, cars are going to fly, and so on. That's for now. Waiting for you next lesson إن شاء الله. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
واعد لجيل صاعد.